What's going on, everybody? This is Bucos Locker with your host, Isaiah. Coming to you again. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you all new videos that's posted on this channel. If you want to donate, feel free to donate. All donations are welcome, big or small. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits out there. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all doing good out there. I don't even know why I'm asking that, but we're going to make some things happen. Let me give me some shout outs real quick. Who in the chat room? Rip Easy. You wish. What's up, man? Brent. Young Deezy. Johnny. Let go. Jason Garrett clap. But we about to get busy. Draft coming up. We about to get busy. I told y'all, look, I was with my daughter last week. But this week, we about to go break down this draft class here. We're going to start with the D lineman. We're going to dance with that for a couple days. And then we're going to do an end of the week recap about the D line. And then we're going to hop into other positions next week. So this is like a little series I'm doing. What's up, Haitian boy? Brian. J5, what up? We're gonna hop around a little bit. What's up, Jay? We're going to hop around a little bit, this week with the D lineman, interior and edge rusher. You know what I'm saying? And then next week, we'll touch up on the guards and possible third receiver, running backs. But this week is going to be focused on the trenches. And I might throw in the offensive guard maybe on Thursday. But as I break these guys down, I'm starting with one guy today. And we'll get to that in a second. How everybody been doing? Johnny, supply and demand. How everybody been doing? Y'all been straight, man? I ain't seen y'all, I've been chilling, Been spending time with my daughter, Gotta drink my water. High quality H2O. I just got through watching Tryon, the movie Tryon, 1982, I believe. So let's get started. So the Bucs, we got the draft coming up at the end of the month. The Bucs got some needs. As we all know, the needs are the trenches on both sides of the ball, specifically the D-line, whether it's pass rusher or interior. We'll get through all this. And I'm going to talk about the guys that are reasonable for the Bucs to possibly get. I'm not going to talk about Aiden Hutchinson or Thibodeau. I'm going to talk about the guys I'm not even going to talk about Daquan Walker from the Georgia Bulldogs. I don't think he's going to drop down 27, but I will talk about Wyatt, and I will be talking about another guy in a few minutes. 10,000 feet, Mount. Good Lord, you been hiking, man? Tripping. You ain't ready for that. But Brian, what's up, man? Ravenel, Brian Ravenel, thank you for the $5 super chat in the locker room. Any position other than D lineman is a failure. To a degree, it is. Maybe you probably should have said it like this: if it's not a D lineman in the first round, it's a failure. I'll help you out on that one. You know what I'm saying? But I understand where you're going with that. I definitely agree with that, but I got to add in the first round. Any position other than D-line in the first round is a failure. I'm gonna add on to that. Gotta be D-line. I don't care. Edge rusher, interior lineman, it's gotta be D-lineman. No, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. No offense, and I'm gonna cover this too. No offense to the guard position. I think we can get by with Aaron Stinney. But if we can do that in third round, maybe second round. But first round, you gotta get a D lineman. There is no other reason not to draft a D lineman based on what the Bucs have done this offseason. I told y'all this, re-signing franchising and re-signing Chris Godwin, trading for Shaq Barrett, signing Russell Gage, signing Logan Ryan, re-signing Aaron Stinnie, you lost Ali Marpet, you lost Alex Kappa, but the guard situation on the left side, not the right side this time, on the left side, is still in question. Is what basically happened with the Bucs O-line, it just reversed with the guard situation. For the last couple years, it was the right guard was always in question. And that's a lot of game tape to prove that. It used to be the right tackle with DeMar Dotson. That wasn't addressed until Brady got here with Tristan Wirfs, right? And then the question was always been the right guard. It's always been in question, But by bringing in Shaq Mason, trading for a 5th round pick, that's a good move because Alex Kappa signed with the Bengals. But that was the weak spot. And then, Ali Marpet retired. So it's like, that was a hole on both sides. Resigning Ryan Jensen, you picked him up, or you brought him back. You're running it back with almost the same team, almost. Not quite, but 98% of the team is pretty much the same as far as offensively. But you resign Aaron Stinnie, that's cool, but that's still a question mark. The question mark was Alex Kappa. I mean, let's not act like, Alex Kappa and Aaron Stinnie, let's not act like, Aaron Stinnie is not a big upgrade from Alex Kappa. And let alone, I really can't even say Aaron Stinnie is better than Alex Kappa. I can't say that. That's not enough game tape. So right now, the question or the problem will be left guard. And look who's the left tackle, Donovan Smith. Shaky. He's played well, specifically last year. But the left guard is a question mark on the O-line. So the Bucs can possibly address the O-line in the later rounds, but that's not the main focus for this week's conversation in the locker room. This week's focus is the D-line. And we'll get to the O-line. Folks, trust me, we'll get there. So, without further ado, shouts out to Mediatorial Review, MTR. Brian Ravenel, another $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Why do mock drafts have us taking the cornerback in the first round? And I understand that part. When I get to that, I will get to all that. You know what I'm saying? I will get to all that. Trust me. I've seen the mock drafts. I'm going to do a live mock draft before the draft. So stay tuned for that video. I will do a live mock draft. I will do a live mock draft before the draft, the actual draft. And we're gonna go through what I believe the Bucs would do when it, and I'm gonna simulate it up until the Bucs pick. So every time the Bucs pick, of course, I will pick the player that's on the board according to the simulation. So we'll go through this. We'll do a mock draft right here in the locker room. But yeah, I've seen some of those mock drafts. Gotten us pick a cornerback. I've seen mock drafts got us picking a guard. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some mock drafts got us picking a cornerback, a guard, pass rusher, whether it's interior or outside pass rusher. Mock drafts is just for fun. You have fun with it, you enjoy it, but 99% chance that's just for fun, for debate, for conversation. Go look at these talking heads out here with their predictions. And not just for our team, but I've seen some ridiculous mock drafts from these so-called experts that's been around the game for a long time, whether it's talking heads, former players, across a bunch of networks, whether it's, on YouTube or Twitter or actually websites, CBS.com, ESPN.com, NFL.com, and all these other, websites that have these big media guys that pick mock drafts. And I've seen some crazy mock drafts, and no disrespect to those guys, but man, they just throwing darts like Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper, Todd McShay. Look, I get it. But if you go back and look at their draft history, their mock draft history, every time they do this, their mock drafts don't never hit. They might get lucky and get a couple picks, but a lot of the times they draft boards be ridiculously wrong. Like they might get like 5 or 6 picks right, and the other 25 or 30, whatever, or other 20 something picks they don't get right at all. You know what I'm saying? So I look at those mock drafts. Remember now, these guys cover this day in and day out. See, I have a regular job. See, this is their job. Their job is to analyze and evaluate players from college and how they project to the pros. As a fan of the game, you know, I'm a football fan first and a Bucs fan second. And from an overall perspective from the game, I watch highlights, I watch games, I get it. But this is what these guys do for a living, and they get it so wrong. I mean, good gosh, I've seen some ridiculous mock drafts. I mean, I've seen mock drafts got teams reaching for a quarterback that shouldn't even be doing that. This is not the draft that you shouldn't be reaching for a quarterback. Don't do it. Now, I'm just from my perspective. Look, maybe those guys might turn out good. The Kenny Pickett's, the Malik Willis, the Matt Corrals, you know, the Desmond Ritters. But those are not first round guys. Those are not first round guys. They all got not just red flags, but major red flags, if that makes sense. Like I look at the quarterbacks. They're not game-changing quarterbacks. Not right now. Malik Willis, athlete, you know, big arm. Kenny Pickett, got some red flags with him. He only popped 1 year, 5th year senior, and he only popped his 5th year. 4 years of average and below play, and 1 year you pop. That's a red flag for me. And you're not saying he's a bad player, but we've seen this before. You would like to see 2 years of back-to-back years like that, but 1 year, and not just any year, your red shirt senior year. So what? He's 23. Kenny Pickett is what, 23, almost 24. Like, bruh, like I don't trust that. You know what I'm saying? And all these quarterbacks need at least a year or two to sit for them to reach their potential. Because to me, if I look at all those quarterbacks, their floors are not high and their ceiling not high. You know, if you had to pick from potential, I'm just talking draft too. So we'll get to the D-line in a second, but I just want to talk about this because the quarterbacks, every year we see this, the media hype these quarterbacks up, and we see every year, every quarterback that get drafted don't play good. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll get to that too. So the first on Monday, we're going to talk about, and I've been watching film on this guy, reading storylines on him. But the first person that the Bucs, this is a player that the Bucs can possibly get with the 27th pick if the draft board plays the way it's supposed to play. He can go up, he can go in the top 15, or he can fall all the way down to the early second round. That's just the projection. When I look at his game, and started out hyped up, right? You know, but when you start breaking down tape and looking at highlights and game tape, you know, and looking at, you know, just looking at some things, and shouts out to all these all the YouTube guys that break these players down. And I go to these guys' websites; they're really good too. So it saves me the time from going to doing all this, and so shouts out to all the content creators as far as breaking down tape, as far as the college prospects coming into the draft. There's a lot of sites out there. I can't name them all, but these guys are really good at what they do. They're really good at editing videos. They're really good at just showing you the intricate details on these guys' hand moves, pass rush, you know, strength, weaknesses. And I watched a lot of this over, you know, last couple of days, and especially today. So the first person we're going to talk about, the first D lineman we're going to talk about, and these, remember now, the guys I'm talking about, that they can be available at 27. Okay. So the first guy we're going to talk about is Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis, University of Georgia, from North Carolina too. 6'6", 300 pounds per. That's what they say. That's what the paperwork say. This guy right here, that guy, he's a big guy. And when I look at him, he is literally what you see is what you get. Right? To me, and I took some notes down. I took an index card and I wrote some notes down about this guy. The NFL Combine, that's where the buzz came from. You know, he ran a 4.78 official time on the 40. His 10-yard split was 1.68. That's faster than J.J. Watt. He's bigger and faster than J.J. Watt. Right? It's interesting. But the question is, you know, at 6'6", 340, what is his actual playing weight? Can he get down to 330 and be a little bit more quicker and offer a little bit more to the pass rush? Because I took some notes here. Or is his playing weight, his actual peak playing weight is between 340 and 360? Because a guy like that with a frame like that, he's so tall and he's big, right? And it's not like he's not like a Vince Wilfork or Dontari Poe or Vita Vea. He's not shaped like that. He's a long, lean guy. I mean, he's not on the big side, right? He's more like in between. If you look at Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs, 6'5", 6'4", 320. He can rush the passer. So I'm wondering if Jordan Davis, if he wants to take it to the next level, and I'm gonna break this down, can he get down to 320, 325, 330-ish? And be a little bit more nimble with the pass rushing skills? Because when I look at his game tape, when I went and I searched and I broke down his game tape on other YouTube sites as far as breaking down players, as of right now, he's a 2-down player. I literally put that down. He's a 2-down player. He played over a little over 50% of the snaps. 2-down player. And to the comparison or the contrast to that is when you put him next to Vita Vea, how does that look? Vita Vea, 6'4", 350. Jordan Davis, 6'6", 340. Do you want to see those two guys next to each other? And the question mark for the Bucs defensive line was pass rush. And looking at Jordan Davis, he doesn't offer that right now. And to be honest with you, I think what you see with Jordan Davis at college is what you're going to see in the NFL. Because if you put him next to Vita Vea is not a three down lineman, right? He can't stay on the field, you know, all 3 downs. He can do it in spurts, right? But he can't do it consistently. I think that is the part that's going to, now Vita Vea ceiling is not super high, but him not being a 3-down player is going to kind of limit his ceiling. And remember, I told y'all Haloti Naga from Remember the Ravens, that's his ceiling. If he wants to get to the next level, the Fletcher Cox, the Chris Jones, you know, even Derek Brown, Vita Vea has to become a better pass rusher. He shows it in spurts, just like Jordan Davis. But see, the reason why I believe Jordan Davis will go top 10, if you look at the difference between him and Derek Brown's more explosive and lighter too. Derek Brown has more explosive hands to me. And I compare these guys, these 6'6" guys, 320, 340, 330, just looking around the league. Just look at them. They're not dominant pass rushers. There's only a few guys over 6'4" in the interior that are dominant pass rushers. DeForest Buckner, Eric Armstead. Chris Jones, Fletcher Cox. These guys, because once you get over that 6'4", it's JJ Watt. It's not a large it's not a large group. You understand what I'm saying? Like I just gave y'all a handful of guys that from the interior standpoint, that size, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", that are really good pass rushers. So with Jordan Davis at 6'6", 340, I gotta be honest, I don't see the pass rushing skills yet. But I believe his ceiling is almost been reached already. And he has powerful hands. He can hold a block. Now, on the double teams, he tend to play a little bit too high. When you get under Jordan Davis's pads, you can move him because he's so tall. He has a large frame. I'll get to Logan Hall on another day. See, Logan Hall and Jordan Davis are different body types. Jordan Davis is a behemoth. It's going to be hard for him to generate consistent pass rush because of his structure. And once he gets to the NFL, he'll get a little bit more better in technique, but I don't see much coming out of that when it comes to pass rushing. And the Bucs' biggest need is pass rushers. Now, if Jordan Davis is there at 27, do the Bucs pull the trigger? Interior, not edge. Interior. I know Cam Jordan is he's outside pass rusher. I'm talking about interior. I mean, look at Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport, 6'7", 280, 290. Plays on the outside. And he rushes from the inside. Look at his explosiveness and his power and his pass rushing ability. Jordan Davis can't do that. So you can't line up Jordan Davis outside at a 5 technique or 3 technique. He's a 1 technique guy. He's a 1 technique nose tackle. That's it. He is a definition of a nose tackle. Vita Vea. Nose tackle. No if, and he's not a Geno Atkins. 6'2", 6'3". Not an Aaron Donald. You ain't getting that. Not a Warren Sapp. You're not getting that. So short area. Now I'm gonna break it down a little bit more, but Jordan Davis has his potential is pretty much almost reached. He'll clean up some things. Think about this for a second, folks. His career at Georgia, 7 sacks. Jordan Davis played 4 years, 7 sacks. 4 or 5 years. 7 sacks, folks. 7 career sacks. You know what that screams to me? 2-down player. Look, great combine, but once you start looking at tape and putting the numbers in the tape together, and if those two match like exactly what it is, it's like, wait a minute. You got to rethink some things. And I think Jordan Davis is going to slip a little bit. Now, I think the team like the Chargers can use him because they got outside pass rushers. Chargers can't stop the run. Cowboys can't stop the run. Teams like that need a big guy in the middle, even the Ravens can probably use him because, the Ravens are notorious for 3-4. Calais Campbell's old. But a team like the Bucs, that ain't going to work. If he's there at 27, do the Bucs pull the trigger? Like I said, he has powerful hands, short area quickness. If you look at his 10-yard split, he can chase down running backs. Let's talk about what he can produce if he was with the Bucs or when he comes to the NFL. He can be a major problem taking up blockers. But don't we have that with Vita Vea? So you really want 2 guys over 6'4" taking up blockers? Those guys going to tire out. Especially if a team runs a hurry-up offense. You can't have them on the field together. Now, Jordan Davis will be a great value in the second round for the Bucs. But I don't believe that the Bucs, if opportunity presents itself, should draft this guy. Now, if they do, okay, cool. But I'm just giving y'all the breakdown. Short area quickness. Lateral movement. He's really good at that. Around the line of scrimmage, he can hold blocks. He's a bull rusher. He don't have a lot of great moves. Even now, don't let the 40-yard dash fool you in a 10-yard split. Don't let it fool you. Jordan Davis is not a quick, twitchy guy. Okay? He's a pure nose tackle. He flashes as a pass rusher when he wants to get to the quarterback. And which leads me to the next question, or the next concern is effort. When you watch the film on him, there's a lot of plays. What's up, man? There's a lot of plays that his effort is in major question. I've seen some plays literally today that he will literally like just be out there and not doing anything. But when he goes to the sideline, gets a couple breaks, take a couple plays off, then come back in the game, he'll play hard for 2 or 3 plays, 4 plays, and then all of a sudden, when it's time to rush the quarterback, he can't get there on third downs. But if you're playing against a team that likes to run the ball, Jordan Davis will be your best friend. That'll be the guy you want to root for. But as you can see, the NFL is like 60% passing now. 66% passing. Effort. 7 career sacks. He's played at Georgia for multiple years, and he only has 7 career sacks, and he has limited upside as a pass rusher. And the Bucs need pass rushers. Keyword, pass. Not run stoppers. We got that already. He's a dominant run stopper. We already got that. He has as a run stopper, he has a high floor, high ceiling, right? But as an overall D lineman, an overall package, he has a high floor, low ceiling. Already peaked as a player. Because the way the NFL going. It's like the NBA. Remember when the NBA used to be grind and hard fouls and big, it's all about the big man and all that. But you look at the NBA now, it's about the wing. Guys that can play multiple positions, the versatility, can run, shoot, play defense, 3-and-Ds. A wing got small forward. A point forward. That 6'6" to 6'9" range, 6'10" range. That's where it's at now. Look at the NFL. You need about 5 receivers now. The value of running backs up and down. The value of big old D linemen that can't rush the passer. What you're getting out of that? I'm just saying. I literally gave y'all the overall breakdown from what I've seen with Jordan Davis in under 30 minutes. He's a cut and paste player. He can be an impact player right now. He could have been an impact player last year because of his size and his ability to stop the run. And there's still some teams out there that like to run the ball. They got good running backs. The Vikings, the Broncos, Cowboys, even with all their weapons. The Saints run the ball. The Ravens run the ball. The Colts run the ball. The Raiders run the ball. I'm just saying. But limited. What up, Derek? But what's up, Days Beats? But limited upside. He already reached his ceiling almost. Already. 2-down player. So my projection, as I wrap this up, my projection for Jordan Davis, late first round, early second round. I think he's going to slip. In my opinion. I'm just saying, like, there's something like if he gets past the Cowboys and Chargers, he's going to slip. I'll tell you that right now. And somebody said something about the Saints. Nah. I don't see it. And we'll get to the mock draft. But if the Cowboys, the Chargers, and possibly the Ravens don't pick him up, he's gonna fall. He's not going in the top 10. I can tell you that much. Go look at the teams in the top 10. He ain't going in the top 10. I'm just saying. If you get drafted as a D lineman in the top 10, you better be able to rush the passer. If you look at any D lineman, most D linemen that get drafted in the top 10, they can stop the run and rush the passer, especially in the interior. Not a lot of interior guys go in the first top 10 picks. They tend to go in that mid first round, the late first round range, sometimes early second round. Do not be surprised. I'm just saying, folks, do not be surprised at 27, the Bucs got Jordan Davis on the board and be like, we good. Don't be surprised. And I know some of you going to be like, at 27, Jordan Davis on the board. Some of y'all going to be like, yeah, Jordan Davis. But I got my eyes on other guys, and we'll talk about that more as the week progresses. There's about 4 or 5 guys. If they are on the board at 27, it's a toss-up. And we'll get to those guys. Winfrey, Hall, Watt. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's 4 guys right there. I like them all. But we'll get to it. We'll break all those guys down too. But I just wanted to give a breakdown, start the week off with Jordan Davis, because I know he's been a hot topic for a lot of people across the board. And he's came up in amongst the Bucs, community a few times. So I want to start out with him first. But in my opinion, we already got this guy already on the team, Vita Vea. We already got that. We don't need another one. But if the Bucs pick Jordan Davis, I mean, I'm gonna support it, whatever. But I'm gonna be like, that's redundant. And somebody said it in the chat room. Redundancy. You don't want that. We need guys to get to the quarterback. And there are 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 guys that I believe will be a better fit for the Bucs at 3 and 5 technique. Because if you look at Nacho is a starter. You got Joe Tryon, you got Nacho, you got Vita Vea, you got William Gholston, and you got Shaq Barrett. 3, 4, right? Your 3 down linemen, your 3, your 1, and your 5 technique. And your 2 outside pass rushers. I'm just saying, folks. But anyway, shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining me in this episode's draft breakdown, starting with Jordan Davis, starting with the trenches. We're starting with the D-line, the trenches. So tell me what you think in the comment section about Jordan Davis possibly being available for the Bucs at 27. And what do you think about the fit for Tampa Bay? Do you think it's a redundant fit? Not a good fit? Do you think it's a good fit next to Vita? Tell me your thoughts. Shouts to all the Pirates Sea Bandits. Salute to you. Shouts out to all the Bucs fans out there. Keep supporting the team. With that being said, I want you to fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag. Hashtag no risky, no biscuit. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag bombs away. Hashtag stay humble. Hashtag what does your eyes tell you? I'm just this is a good hashtag for this guy. Hashtag what does your eyes tell you? Hashtag probability versus possibility. And hashtag Super Bowl a bust. I'll see y'all tomorrow with another draft episode right here on Bucos Locker. Don't miss it. I'll see you tomorrow. Build the trenches. Rush the passer. Bucos Locker out. Deuces.